Njowambala Express TV. Obadde okimanyi nti Uganda tulina capacity ekuŋŋaanya in total obusirivu oba trillion zibanga 24 kwa 25 buli mwaka, naye nga ku ssente zino kubaako trillion 10 ezibbibwa buli mwaka. Bino tebyogeddwa nange, byogeddwa ne kalisoliso wa gavumenti gwe bayita IGG, gwe bayita Betty Namisango Kamya, era ng'olunaku olwaleero abadde mu kibuga eky'Embaale ng'agezaako okubanga ate ayitiramuko ku bantu ku ngeri corruption gy'akosezaamu eggwanga, na baani abavunaanyizibwako, na lwaki era ngeri ki gye kisobola okubanga ate tukikomya.
Corruption has a lot to do with the miserable state of affairs, because corruption takes money from everybody, and instead of using it for public good, it goes into the hands of very few people who amass wealth for themselves and their families, leaving the rest to live miserable lives. It was commissioned by the Inspectorate of Government in 2021. It was supported by GIZ. We wanted to know the volume or the cost of corruption in Uganda, so that we don't say, well, corruption. So we said, let's be scientific and do a scientific study. And the study was done. And like you've had us say, we found out, we established that Uganda is losing on average 10 trillion shillings per year to corruption. 10 trillion. The total amount of taxes that were collected in financial year 2023/24 was 25.5 trillion. 25.5 trillion. So it is estimated that out of that, 10 trillion was stolen by a few people, meaning 44% of all the money we collect, all of us 46 million, we collected 25.5 trillion, but 10 trillion of that was taken by a few people for their own selfish benefits. And I want to put this in some context. Imagine that you're a farmer. All of us are farmers, and we each have 2.5 acres of land. 2.5 acres of land. And we all plant what we want to plant: beans, peas, maize, cassava. But at harvest time, everybody finds that 1 acre of the 2.5 was stolen at night. Everybody in the village or in the community, at harvest time, when you harvest, you find that 1 acre out of your 25 has been stolen. And it happens every year. Every year you plant 2.5 acres, and every year when you come to harvest, you find that 1 acre was stolen. Then you start seeing your neighbor starts having a big stomach. The neighbor's built a beautiful house. The neighbor's lifestyle has changed. The neighbor's schools, the children are going to expensive schools. The neighbor has upscaled his or her lifestyle, the neighbor. But also the neighbor is like you. He also has 2.5 acres of land. But his 2.5 acres of land, his acre, no one steals it. But you don't know what else he does. You are all farmers of 2.5 acres. But while some of you are always going down because somebody is stealing your 1 acre, the neighbor also has 2.5 acres like you. His lifestyle is going up. So one day, your child falls very sick and you don't have money to take your child to the hospital. And unfortunately, that child dies. Then, like our culture is, the neighbors come to console with you. They each come with a kilo of beans, of maize, of posho to support you in the funeral. Then the neighbor, the other neighbor with a big stomach now, comes with a sack, 100 kilo sack of maize or posho. And then you all stand up and clap for him, and you thank him so much. But what you don't know, the irony of this is that this neighbor became rich by stealing 1 acre from everybody. Now for him or her, she's very rich, and so she's able to offer you a token, 1 sack of beans, and you are so grateful. You even recognize him during your speech. And you say, Nange, this gentleman, if it was not for him, this funeral would have been very difficult, because he's the one who supported us with a sack of beans. Please, God, even pray for blessings for him. Help him to get more from where he got it from. Even pray for blessing.